Because none of this really matters.
Really matters.
Because none of this
Really matters.
Yes, we are.
Back to the original gang. Episode 58. The episode with Domingo, pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it. We had the 818 tequila, if anybody was wondering. I don't think we said that. Not that good of a tequila.
You were like gonna die.
Was not that good. Because we had tequila with Angelo.
Oh, the Casamigos.
Not good. I mean, the Casamigos was good, but that.
And Casamigos is yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, fun episode to have with Domingo. Great. A lot of laughs.
Mm-hmm. I was laughing at work, re-listening. Like,
It was great. And yeah. We actually we're supposed to have a guest, Wesley. I was just with Wesley.
mm-hmm. That'll be
Yeah.
very.
Because you guys haven't met him.
No,
before,
I've
right?
heard a lot of stories.
Yeah. Because for the people at home listening, Wesley is my former coworker for technically my first job, Chipotle. And we worked together for I was there for like over a year.
Yeah.
And can you hear that, Rob?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's close this door. Just should we keep that fan in here, or would that be a problem?
No, the fan is fine. Fan noise I can deal with.
Okay, I'm gonna bring that in.
Star Wars, I don't know.
Is that
Well,
loud?
we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
If it gets hot in here, then fuck.
You got sheets now, so maybe we can crack the window.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Sheets. I meant curtains.
Yeah, some black.
Oh, you got them.
No, like
Yeah,
90
you
degrees
can probably
outside.
unpin that bottom one if you can reach it.
Yeah.
Of course you can reach it. It's gonna be May. Whew, that was a good one.
Yeah. That's a difference. You guys are gonna feel that.
You already.
Yeah, you guys are gonna feel that.
All right, and we're back.
Yeah.
And we're back. All right, now we got the air flowing. That's actually a good airflow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I now know what that hum is. It is not anything in here. It's the air conditioning.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're good.
Yeah.
I think I said that last.
And that thing's bumping right now.
We're still recording.
Okay. But yeah, Wesley, my former coworker from Chipotle.
Mhm.
I was with him. We went to Red Robin.
Mhm.
It was a little mid to me.
Red
What?
Robin is super mid.
But it always hits the
Yeah,
same.
it's the
That's
best
the point.
mid. You can ever
it's
have.
consistent.
It's the in and out of those sit
Oh.
down restaurants. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I don't think I've ever been there before. But we were in Tempe, the Tempe Marketplace,
Mhm.
Red Robin. And we went there. I was like, oh, I was a little hyped. I was like, looking at the menu, burgers, my favorite meal.
Right.
Of all burgers are my favorite thing in the entire world.
Favorite delicacy.
And we sat down, and I was like, let me get the gourmet burgers, the big one.
Mhm.
I was like, let me get that one. And it was a blue bacon burger, and I was like, let me get that
That's
one.
Rob's.
Blue bacon isn't
go-to.
blue bacon
That's
the
Rob's
best
go-to.
burger?
This one with blue cheese on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
like that
so
one.
good.
Because I don't like
Sh-
blue cheese. But
Shout out to Pedal House, downtown Phoenix.
Petal.
It's Pedal.
Yeah, pedal. Okay. I didn't know what
Like
you
a bike.
said.
Pedal.
Okay, yeah.
Pedal House, Haus, Pedal House Brewery, downtown Phoenix. Because their blue bacon burger, go try it for the people listening. Like that amazing. Also, their Pile High nachos with chicken.
The smoked chicken.
The smoked chicken, not the shredded.
Smoked chicken.
Yeah.
that sounds
Or the
good.
steak. They have steak.
They have steak. It's all right if you eat it quick. You can't just let it hang out.
Can't just let it sit there.
But and then what else do they? Their pretzel, their soft pretzel with the beer
Mhm.
cheese.
Oh, beer cheese is always good.
It's so good. Anyway,
I think Red Robin has beer cheese
they
and
do.
pretzels too.
They
I
sure
think-
do. 'Cause
I-
that's
I think they. I
It's
saw
one of the
that.
appetizers we
yeah,
get.
Yeah.
Because that's when I know that beer cheese is good. Because when we were on that when I was on acid and we went to
Red Robin, what
Mhm.
a place to go.
You talking about overwhelming flavor? I was like, this is making me. It literally like made me physically ill. I was like, there's too much flavor inside of this cheese.
That's
I said, I
crazy.
can't fucking eat this
That's
shit right
insane.
now.
But
Yeah.
me and Wesley went to Red Robin. We because me and Wesley we keep in contact
Mhm.
still. Obviously,
Mhm.
we're obviously still. He's one of my best friends, and he was the only cool person at Chipotle basically that I can think of off the top of my head. If someone's listening,
Sorry.
what just happened?
Sorry to you. No, I'm just saying.
I was laughing at Wesley because I saw him run that time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that dude's
'Cause
funny.
he
I
used to
came
be-
to pick you up, and I was like, that dude looks funny. Who
He
just like-
lost a lot of weight, but he was the chubby, white, funny dude. That was just him thing. And
And
then
now
I don't
he's
know,
just funny.
he was dropping me off in the morning. It was like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then him and one of the managers were walking down the parking lot
Mhm.
to go to the McDonald's. And then out of nowhere, just breaks out in a full sprint and they start racing. And it was probably the funniest sight. The funniest sight to see ever. But yeah, Wesley is super funny. He's super smart. Like
Mhm.
he's like now, and he's always been into cycling, and now he works at Bike Barn, which is on 36th Street in Indian School. Which there is, I don't know. You're probably not gonna have to bleep this out because there's this old lady that works at. She's the manager at Bike Barn, the general manager, and she doesn't hire young people. Like he was telling me, like she doesn't even like young people, and she's just not of the culture. She doesn't like support the other local businesses, like bring in your own business card and just leave it here, you're good. She doesn't do any of that. And so but Wesley was telling me, he was like, once she leaves, I'm gonna be able to run that store. And he knows the owner, and the owner is like around, he's like late 20s, maybe
Yeah.
mid 20s. He's
Yeah.
the owner.
Oh
of Bike Barn.
wow.
And shout out to him. But he said in maybe January 2023, that'll happen where she'll retire and he'll be able to take on the store. And then Bike Barn will possibly be an official sponsor of None of This Really Matters. And vice versa.
Dang.
And we'll have, and I'm gonna be like, send that check.
Yeah.
Let me get that Bike Barn check real quick. Because I know there's those white people spending 4 racks of bicycle there.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm like, let me get
Hell yeah.
like $200 an episode.
Mhm.
Just ad read. Or whatever. We'll talk about that later. But like Bike Barn, shout out to Bike Barn because Wesley is the man.
Yeah.
And he's super into cycling. He's super smart. And we go to Zia Records all the time.
Yeah.
Go look at music. Go look at DVDs and stuff, and just shop around, look for like deep cuts and stuff. But we were talking about, or he was talking to me about the podcast. He was like, I haven't listened to it, and I was like, I don't care. But he was like, ended up talking about movies, and then he said if I were to be on, then I would want to talk or he was telling me, he was like, you guys should do an episode about like classic movies,
Mhm.
like old Citizen Kane and stuff. And I was just like, I just rolled my eyes. And then he was just like, and I was like, you can come on
Mhm.
and we can talk, we can have an episode about that, so I can have somebody to nerd out
Mhm.
about like 30s and 40s like Hollywood cinema.
Mhm.
And then he was like, yeah, I'd love to. And I was just like, come on in like June or July. And he was just like, all right, cool. And then so yeah, he might be coming on where you want to talk about like old movies, like
Mhm.
Orson Welles and stuff like that. So
Gone with the Wind type stuff.
yeah, and like big like Hollywood. We want to talk about like Hollywood,
Mhm.
like 30s and like golden age is what
Oh,
it's
okay.
considered.
Okay.
But yeah. So expect that sometime soon. He's gonna come through, and we're gonna talk. We made like a list of like 10, 15 movies that we want to watch of this like 40s. I tried to stick with like 40s
Mhm.
American movies because I know a lot of those. And like I think the oldest movie I've ever seen is probably like came out in like 39 or something like that. Maybe like 1 or 2 that came out in like the 20s, 30s, but it's pretty crazy. Like I've seen like Nosferatu that came out in like 27, I think.
Yeah.
But shit like that. anyways, I just want to put that out there because I didn't tell you guys yet. This is super boring. I feel like because you guys haven't talked at all. But yeah. So today, but speaking of, none of this really matters. You're now listening to episode 58, and this episode we're going to talk about summer blockbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Summertime.
Was that? Did you do that on purpose?
What,
Play-
to play the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to get a...
Get a
Get a
good
vibe.
summertime.
Yeah.
Because we are, if you're listening to this outside of Phoenix, shout out to you. Or outside of Arizona, shout out to you, because here it gets hot.
It's officially summer already.
It's summer. It's been summer for a couple weeks, but some people are waiting on summer.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, we're gonna talk about summer blockbusters because you gotta go to the movies and get some free AC.
Right. Right.
What happened?
Yes.
No, I'm trying to talk less this episode, but go ahead. I'm talking less this episode.
Because that's the way to do it. You go to the movies at like 11 a.m. and stay there all day and watch like 3 movies.
Yeah.
And then go get some ice cream and go home like that night.
You dip in and out of the mall from the movies to the mall.
Because that's just with homies, and you're just like chilling and then like away from home.
It's too fucking hot.
Yeah, and you're just inside all day at the food court or something. And so
Walking around not getting shit.
I have
Broke as
no
fuck.
job. But
Walking around with one Claire's bag. Like, bitch, I'm fucking balling.
isn't that a good feeling though? Like you're walking around with no bags and you finally buy something. And then once you have a bag, you're like, I'm just like everybody
Your
else.
mood completely changed.
Yeah.
I
Your
belong
mood completely
here.
changes.
Yeah. That's how, especially if it's a big bag. Like you buy a pair of shoes and they give you a big bag. And you're like, yeah, like I got something. Like, because don't you do that? You look at other people's bags and you're like, oh, he went to the Nike store. He went to the Lacoste store, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're walking around with like a little Adidas bag and you're like, yeah.
Go to Arizona Mills on a Sunday. Bags. People dropping racks.
It's
in the
crazy.
mall.
Like people go to like guest list is like a big spot now or something like that for like sneakers and stuff. The little sneaker store
Around our neighborhood, they be at
Yeah.
the Ross. They be hitting the Ross hard.
That
I mean,
Arizona
like
Mills
bags, like full, like the big joints.
like back to school.
They be dropping hundreds.
No,
of
it's like a
dollars.
random Saturday.
And they're just like, oh, everybody has
Yeah,
a
fucking
wardrobe.
shoes,
new
belts,
polos,
clothes.
the new belts.
I
new
mean, if you're
jeans.
gonna get some Ralph Lauren, you're gonna
I mean, I'm talking about like the big pony joints.
oh
like
the
those.
U.S.
USPA.
USPAs,
Uspas,
the
yes.
FISA joints.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly who be there though.
That's
You know
what-
that's my neighborhood. You know that's our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you hit that Ross right here on 32nd, that's exactly
Mm-hmm.
everybody that goes to North High School has been there. But yeah, the USPAs, that's the knockoff. And
Yeah,
then
you just feel some type of way when you
yeah,
get
and you
back.
bust out the jeans, the new
Mhm.
denim, and then with like whatever basketball shoes that are not Jordans. but yeah, and I like to get like underwear from there, like the packs of underwear. You get like packs of underwear from there for like $3, and socks. But now I work at Target, so I just
Exactly.
buy socks. from
Goodfellow
there.
and Co.
Goodfellow. Everything I'm wearing except for the Carhartt shirt is from my underwear is from Target. These are the Target brand shorts, Target brand socks, everything. It's so and it's like cheap and good quality.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna start buying my blank shirts from there because I used to go to like Michael's.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they have like just the blank gilded
Yeah.
shirts? I would just buy like the black ones from there. Because I don't like wearing plain white shirts. Because I'll just get those dirty.
For real. One wear use. That's it.
And I don't have money to just be buying
Right.
packs and packs and packs. So I just buy black shirts because I can wear them over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And if they fade, they look cooler.
They look better, yeah. They fit better.
So, what are we talking about? Summer blockbusters.
Summer blockbusters, summertime.
Summertime, Phoenix. It's upon us for the people
It's
that
here.
are outside of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually some bangers coming out this summer. There's
Yeah.
that Thor. We have Doctor Strange coming out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Technically tonight, but Doctor Strange coming out tomorrow. That's gonna be sick.
I'm gonna take Zoe. I'm gonna just take her out of school. But let's go.
And she'll remember that forever.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be like, one time my dad took me out of school. We went to go see Doctor
Mhm.
which is I'm so excited. I might go see it tomorrow too. If I'm being
I'm gonna
honest.
go at like noon.
You're mad.
Yeah. She's like, not without me.
but yeah, Doctor Strange looks so sick. Sam Raimi is actually directing it,
Mhm.
which is crazy. We were just talking about Army of Darkness and
Mhm.
Evil Dead last week, and he did Spider-Man, the original, the Tobey Maguire
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
Mhm.
which like the third one, not that good.
When he has the emo bang.
He went emo Peter
Yeah.
Parker, and he did the little walk down the street. Like what? Where does this come from?
The best
And they
thing
some-
of the entire movie.
For some reason, they cast Topher Grace as Venom. Like,
The
what?
worst Flash Thompson.
Really?
Ever.
Like-
Flash Thompson's supposed to be this big buff jock dude, and they
Yeah.
keep making him
Who-
the Indian kid, and then and then fucking Topher Grace. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
And who is Tom Hardy?
He's Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock.
Now that makes more sense. Eddie Brock is kind of brolic too.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's the man. I wish he made better movies. I wish he was like
I wish Venom was MCU and not Sony.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
because
I mean, hopefully they'll be
he
like,
might
a merge.
Tom Hardy might be James Bond. He's in the short list for the next James Bond. It's Idris Elba, Henry Cavill, Tom Hardy, and some other dude.
My boy Henry deserved that. They're not gonna give him another Superman.
Yeah.
The second best DC movie that's existed.
Yeah, Man of Steel, the first one, or honestly, Dawn of Justice was not bad.
It wasn't. I watched it again. It wasn't terrible, man.
It
I was
wasn't-
like, this got a bad rap. Like
Yeah.
that Martha thing actually got blown out of proportion. It was actually not a bad.
Not a
movie.
bad scene. I saw that in the drive-in, and I was
Mhm.
like, that got me. The whole thing. I was like, this is a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
But
Great ending.
I was like, how is this like bashed as much as it is? Like, I get it. Like, it's not the best movie.
It was just a thing to do because it was Ben Affleck for the first time.
yeah.
So you're like, who the fuck is this? Nobody cares about
the
Ben
Batman
Affleck.
versus Superman.
Yeah,
Which I think I need to rewatch that. That movie's not that
it's
bad.
not that bad.
I kind of like it, but with Tom Hardy as Venom,
Mhm.
I think that I wish he was like never miss. I wish he never missed. Like just only
Mhm.
good movies.
Yeah,
Because like Lawless,
love it.
such a good movie.
Such a good movie.
And he made Bronson. He was in Bronson.
Bronson.
He made Mad Max Fury Road.
Mhm.
Even though he had no lines, but he was just like all facial expression and still killed
Still
it.
killed it.
It was crazy. But I think the only line he said, "My name is Max." That was like the end of the movie. And but Venom, I was like, and then the Eminem did the soundtrack. I was like, what? Like
Venom.
Venom.
Venom, Venom.
Dunkirk.
He wasn't. He was the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, he was. We watched Dunkirk. We watched that.
Chevy. She's barking.
Mm-hmm.
Which shout out Chevy on the last episode. She
Yeah.
actually made a little cameo for herself.
Mhm.
That was hilarious.
She was something else.
But she knew the camera was on her. She was
Mhm.
like, "Let me do my thing," and then chased her tail. But what did you just say, Manda? She was in a. Oh, you guys watched Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. Yeah,
What did you guys think?
It was good. You were right. It was
good.
I'm pretty sure I fell asleep, but from what I watched, it was good.
Wasn't Harry Styles amazing?
Yeah.
Weren't you like, whoa? This
He
dude-
he was one of he did another what you just said, Heath Ledger, like his face was very like his face did most of the talking.
Yeah,
for him.
he-
he rarely ever.
It's crazy.
the
how
scene
good
when
he
they're
is.
on the thing carrying the wounded soldiers and they're just bombing.
Yeah.
Isn't that scene crazy?
You're like
Mhm.
it's like
Everybody
God
like ducks down.
damn, dude, and they just be
And
like,
they're- and
all
they're-
right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we're not taking anymore. Like they're like, you're not gonna make it.
Mhm.
And then people are just like, oh, getting bombed. And they're just like, no, I'm
Yeah,
Yeah,
gonna
they're
go
like,
on this.
fuck no.
The boat starts crushing people in between the dock and the
Uh-huh.
damn.
That movie, Dunkirk, people sleep on Dunkirk. I feel like that
It's
movie
good.
is so good.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best war movies.
Oh, hands down.
And that makes me can't wait for
A
it.
lot of continuous shots.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. A lot of tracking.
So yeah, with Tom Hardy being in the plane and like the little fuel
The
thing
gas
goes out.
thing broke, and he has no idea how much gas.
But
Mhm.
see,
He's like,
that scene
The
shows
chalk.
how smart pilots are.
Exactly.
Because they have to do, like,
They're like,
that's
"What
when
time
they
is
have
it?"
to be smart. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's when they have to be smart. They're like, okay, boom, bang, boom.
Mhm.
All right, cool. I'm
They
good.
have like a
Did it.
protocol,
Yeah.
Those guys can fly. Like, if they had no instruments, they could still fly that plane.
which is crazy, and it's
Mhm.
like 1940 something.
Is that World War II? It was two, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the technology they had in a plane was fucking almost none.
Nothing. Yeah.
It almost seemed dishonorable to me a little bit. I guess that's because you learn after World War II is where a lot of what we call LOAC happened, like law of armed conflict,
Mhm.
because you just got like out of hand. Like why? You can't just sit there and attack people who are trying to get their wounded
Mhm.
onto the thing. Like you
Mhm.
can't attack hospitals. We can't do that stuff like that
Yeah.
no more.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to attack orphanages, hospitals. You can attack like infrastructure, like
Yeah.
power plants.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to minimize casualties post World War II. Because it was like,
Yeah.
'Cause that
100
was
million
ridiculous,
People,
yeah.
100
Shit was
million
crazy.
people dead is nuts. Like that doesn't make any. And they said that's probably a light number of people dead.
Yeah.
It might be more like 150 to 200.
Yeah, that's what they know
That's
of.
confirmed.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, great movie.
Don't-
that is great because that goes into one of the greatest summer movies of all time,
which is
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
yes, it is probably the best.
First
Just
time
watched
seeing
it today with
We watched it last night.
First time seeing it. I've never seen it before.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's a good movie.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know why that shit is at Universal Studios.
That movie
Where they
is
they
amazing.
do the whole like truck scene and all that when
Mhm.
when she gets the fucking truck blows up. They do that entire scene in front of a whole audience of
No
people.
way.
Yeah. And they're like,
There's fire and all
Yeah.
that shit. Ha! There's always some blonde dude, some handsome blonde dude, and he's doing all the flips and stuff.
Mhm.
We've
Dang.
been twice, and this has happened. I've never not seen the end of the
Yeah.
universe. That's why I've never seen the movie. I was like, I saw this movie already in
Mhm.
real life. I saw
Yeah.
this, so
That's crazy.
And then the ride,
that's
right?
what we have to. This podcast has to go to Universal.
we gotta do like
Disney
a
is like, Universal is
A vlog.
we gotta do like lav mics and
Yeah,
vlog
for sure.
vlog at Universal Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that they're gonna have the no, that's Disney. The Avengers at California Adventures.
Which was it?
The Avengers.
The event.
The-
Oh, they're gonna have it.
Yeah, like the whole thing.
Oh, the world. Yeah.
We might fuck up Disneyland too.
We might have to just 2 parks real quick.
Okay.
Because we gotta go. I gotta see what The Rock is doing at Jungle Cruise. Like I have to know what this ride is. Like because I see this movie and I'm like I don't get it. Like
And so, what you heard? The ride is super good or something?
it's supposed to be super cool, and it's so cool they made a movie off of it.
Oh, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I thought they made
Oh.
okay. That's what they made their movie and was like, go ride our ride.
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
Did
Yeah.
not know that.
So it's for like that movie's for probably like Disneyland fans.
Yeah, Amy and Victor were probably like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
They were just talking about that on Here's This Scenario today. The he was like, one of the dudes was like, I think it's a little weird that adults visit Disney World every single year. He was like, you don't find that a little odd?
It's a little weird.
And Brendan was
It's
like,
cool.
what the fuck, dude? He was like, I mean, it just comes off like you got molested or something. I don't know. He was like your childhood was stunted or something like that. Like, what the hell? I mean, they kind of just went. It was he was trying to make like a funny observation.
Yeah, I mean, I get it because it's like Disney every year. There's got to be you're running away from something.
Especially if you don't have kids. He was like, that's super weird if you don't have kids.
That's more weird.
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't have kids and you're just like, we have to go to Disney
Mm-hmm.
because I've never been, but I hear about it, and I'm honestly like, I'm good.
Two things.
I don't know.
Going to Disney World
Where's that at?
in Florida.
Florida.
Orlando.
Okay.
Going to Disney World and then going to all the parks and then being like, am I going to go to Disneyland?
No.
Nah, probably not. Going to Universal Studios and then going to like Halloween Horror Nights and doing all
Everything
that. You're like, I'll go back.
Okay.
Nobody wants to say Universal is better than Disney World. It's not as big.
Right. I think Disney, of course, has more money so they can put it into the events and
Yeah.
the parades and the actors
Yeah,
for like the characters
that's
and all
the-
that stuff.
Yeah, because that stuff is happening like simultaneously.
Yeah.
And they can
There's a
constantly
play here,
change
play
things.
Here, play
Yeah.
here, play, and like you said, they'll pull out movies. There's movies
Mm-hmm.
here this week. There's movies. It's just nonstop content for them. Universal is more for adults. It's
Mhm.
like
That's
Fast
what
and
it
the
seems
Furious,
like.
fucking action movies. But you can only do so much of that. But you
Right.
can honestly go to Universal like 2 days in a row and rewrite everything, and it is still the best time
Yeah.
of your life the second time.
Yeah.
I
Going
gotta-
through like the little mummy.
I've
ride
heard
thing.
Universal
The
Studios.
Mummy ride.
We've talked about this
Have
on
we,
the podcast.
I think we've talked about it.
Yeah, but I've heard from what I've heard. I haven't been to any, but from the way people describe Disney World, Disneyland, and Universal Studios, whatever.
Mhm.
Off of all the descriptions I've received, it sounds like Universal Studios is better than everything. That's what it sounds like to me. Because I'm like, if I were to pick one and say like you could go to one park for free, I'd be like Universal Studios.
In all fairness, we haven't been back to a park, especially Disney, since 2011, our 1 year
Yeah.
anniversary.
Yeah.
So imagine 10 to 12
Oh.
years of content that
Yeah.
come out. So
That's why we
don't even
want to
know
go
what it
back,
looks-
yeah.
We don't even know what this
Also,
place
we
looks
were adults with no kids.
like. Mandalorian's out now. So they bought
Ooh.
Star Wars in that 10
Yeah.
years. They bought Marvel.
They
in
bought
that 10
everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like all of that stuff is. They bought Fox in that 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably so much more shit.
So there's so much more than just like
yeah,
the Michael Jackson experience, you know?
yeah, we got to do that Disney World.
Captain EO. I'm not gonna lie. I think we saw that there's this Michael Jackson attraction. It's like he did this movie for Universal. It was like only Universal, and it's like a Michael Jackson experience. And you're sitting in this chair and you're fucking. But he's singing and he's like, yeah, you only get to see. I think this was the last time they were releasing it. They were like, after this is going back in the vault and it's never
it
coming
was
back out
it was
again.
at Disney.
That's where it was.
Captain EO, Francis Ford Coppola made that movie.
See, they made like a Michael Jackson 25-minute experience of
Written
it.
by George Lucas.
Shout out to the man.
It's super fire.
Francis Ford Coppola. They're in the same. So that's the circle right there.
Mm-hmm.
Coppola, Spielberg, Lucas, Scorsese,
Mhm.
De Palma.
Which we were watching Raiders of the Lost Ark
Yeah,
and directed by Steven Spielberg.
written by George Lucas.
Exactly.
Because
I was like, talk about Dream Team.
yeah, homies.
Yeah. I was like, they've been doing this from the beginning.
Yeah, they were all like, we all need to come up together,
Mm-hmm.
and they did. More than come up. They went to the top.
They that
Right.
seeing those two credits together really like made me feel good. You're like, that's what makes people successful is that I'm gonna make sure like
My
we
homies are
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said Adam Sandler does. Like that's why his friends
Mhm.
always in the same movie.
And that's what I think. I'm pretty sure I said this on the podcast. And De Palma, Brian De Palma was telling George Lucas when he saw the cut of Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
he was just like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, who are all these people?
Right.
Why are they out of war? What is going on?"
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "You know what you should do," and then did the whole
Right.
the yellow text
Just
going up.
dun,
He was like, "Just say what's going on."
Context, please.
Yeah, context, and then put it in, and now it's like the most iconic thing ever.
Exactly.
And that's why having homies is such a big deal.
Mhm.
Because you need shit like that. You need helpful shit. Because imagine if someone was just like, yeah, it was good, perfect.
Right.
Because then, like, you wouldn't have iconic shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all 4 of them, 5 of them, those directors were all like close knit,
Mhm.
and they were all just helping each other out, and they all went into their own little thing. Except for it just sucks that George Lucas was so successful with Star Wars that's all he did after that. He didn't make any other
He
movies.
didn't have to.
That's what sucks. He
But
didn't have to.
for writing, I'm sure he did a lot.
I think that's
Producing, he did a lot.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like
But I wish, because he did American Graffiti in the 70s and another movie called THX 1138. It was like a sci-fi movie that was super cool. But it was, I think, just him, if you just, and he did direct the first Star Wars. He wrote the second and third, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And then he came back in directing like a decade later with episode 1, 2, and 3.
Mhm.
Directed all 3 of those, and then that was it. That's all he'd ever directed, and I was just like, damn, like, just knock one more out. Like, just give me one like original story.
Yeah,
Because he has
something-
imagination.
I think there's something to that though for him that I think that's one of those people. He was like, I love my fans, man. Like
Mhm.
he just seems like a chill dude. He's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to be a billionaire. Like you kind of just if you want to give it to me, sure, but
Yeah,
you know,
because George Lucas, we were just watching the Spielberg documentary on HBO. Sick doc. I've seen that documentary like 3 times. It's so good. It's super inspiring too. But like Spielberg was like, I want to make like a James Bond type movie, and told George Lucas this, and then George Lucas was like, I got something better for you. He was like, how about this archaeologist who goes and hunts down like old artifacts, and then gave him the script to Indiana Jones, and he was like, holy shit, I want to do this, and then did it, and then that became Indiana Jones. And then Spielberg is obviously Spielberg. He's a master, and you see what he's done. Even before Indiana Jones, he was like making Jaws, you know, Sugarland Express and shit like that. He made everything.
E.T. was one of my top 5
Oh, really?
for a summer blockbuster. Yeah,
You guys got a list? A top 5 list? Should we get into
you
that?
made a list.
I did.
Let's do this.
I mean, like rough, like
Roughly. It's not like solidified.
yeah.
But let's go through that. What's your top 5?
In no particular order. E.T. was one of them.
Okay. Oh, so you didn't rank?
No.
Like, okay, you just have, that's top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
So
You have an unranked top 5.
yeah.
Okay. E.T.
E.T. was one of them.
E.T. is so good. I think they're watching that.
Yeah, they're
in the
watching
other
it right
room
now.
Right now.
And it was just so good.
It's so
like
wholesome.
it is timeless and it is wholesome
It's
for kids to watch. I mean,
Yeah.
it is kind of like creepy because it's like older. Like if you were to watch it now,
yeah.
but even with the kids watching it now, they're just like
You're like, this is sick.
fascinated
Yeah.
with this
Max,
alien.
when they were flying with the bike the first time during the
Mhm.
day, Max was like, "Oh," and he's like 4.
He's 4. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like Spielberg has that.
Great.
touch. And then Spielberg was saying like, this is what has to happen for a child and victim of like not a victim but like as a victim of divorce,
Mhm.
of parents being divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Something this catastrophic like would have to happen. Like an alien has to come to Earth for him to be able to like ignore that his parents are getting divorced.
Oh, right.
And so he's like, let me make a movie about E.T.
And he's like the middle child,
Mhm.
and he has a bigger brother. And older
It's such a
brother.
real story.
Yeah.
I love it. I haven't seen it in a while, but it is like to the fullest extent timeless. Like,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's
Great
the perfect kids
movie.
movie. I think
Great
that's
movie.
the way to put it. It's the perfect kids movie.
Mhm.
But yeah, E.T. definitely a great fucking.
Drew Barrymore when she was little, which reminds me of the new Firestarter that's coming out.
That's summer blockbuster. There we
Exactly.
go. Yeah, and then there's that Thor coming out, like I was saying. There's the Top Gun Maverick coming out. There's Nope coming out. There's more shit. I can't think of it, but
Yeah, so that was one of my top 5. The next one, I'm just going down the list, was The Conjuring.
ooh, all of them came out in the summer, actually.
You never even watched that movie.
First of all, yes, I have.
You watched it without covering your face.
Never. Never. I'm continuously at the same exact part. Well, like,
Be like, yep, nope.
I was like, or be like, nope. Be
It
behind
doesn't
the
make
pillow,
any
like,
sense.
nope.
It just doesn't. You're supposed. That's the scary. It's a scary movie. You're supposed to be scared.
Like, it's making my palms sweat thinking about it. Great movie, great hype. Still a great movie today to where I'm
Modern horror.
literally closing my eyes. as an
Modern
adult.
horror classic for sure.
To the point where they were like, you need to bless the theater when you leave.
Yeah,
and all
that
of
was
that,
great
all of those things.
marketing.
Yeah,
Great marketing.
all of that. In the audience that ranked in, I remember we went, even though we went like we're in the same theater, but we were separate. It was like everybody had the same reaction through the entire thing.
Terrified.
I was like holding my friend's hands, like, oh my god.
There
I'm
was a
praying.
point-
I'm praying during it. I'm like, oh Jesus.
There, like, I swear to God, I'm Catholic now. I swear to God.
I'm going to church tomorrow.
No, I did feel that when I was watching Midsommar in theater. That there was a point where I was like, the vibes in here are not good.
Yeah.
We need to get
And
out of
we
here.
were really
as soon as
close to
credits
the
rolled,
front.
I was like, we gotta leave.
Yeah, we
gotta
were
leave.
really close to the front, so I could see like the bottom underneath the screen, and I can like see the exits. And I was like, someone's right there, and I know it, and they're gonna fucking pop up, and it's gonna be too fucking much.
You know Thomas was there. We had a friend named Thomas, real chill. Like, he don't really say much.
No, he don't laugh. He don't do
He
none of
don't
that.
do none of that. So we got in I was riding with him to the strip club afterwards, and I was
course.
like, Thomas, you ain't like the movie? And he looked at me, he was like, man, that shit was scary as fuck. That's all he said. That shit was scary as fuck.
I mean, we that was one that we talked about for a long time.
Yeah.
Even Rob will be like, "That's one of my favorite
That's-
scary movies ever."
Yeah.
Nightmares. Literally gave me a nightmare at the age of 23. I was like, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous. I thought Bathsheba
What
was
the-
coming to kill me.
Yeah, this door is the wind. I think that.
Look.
Bad timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just close this right here.
Like the worst timing for that.
The curtain moved, guys, and the door moved, and it was too
Do
much.
we have that on video?
Of
Probably
course
not.
we do. Oh, of course we do.
Is that I
Not the
think-
door moving, probably not, but
too
Yeah,
much.
that shit.
So yeah, so that
Oof.
was definitely one of my top fives.
The Conjuring, yeah, great summer blockbuster. That thing fucking set the block on fire. The block
First of
is hot.
all, anything based on a true story or true people,
That'll get you. That'll get you. The Paranormal Activity shit, that'll get you.
we said that multiple times.
Or not even, that wasn't based on true. You thought it was based on true story because of how it
yeah.
Mhm.
But this one,
That one, that's, yeah,
nah,
crazy as fuck. Crazy as
that's why I was praying in the theater. Like,
fuck.
God is great.
guys.
The third one was Avengers.
Yes,
The
I knew
Avengers?
someone was going to choose Avengers. I was like, that's just a given. I saw that. in
We
theater.
were waiting for such a long time for that to happen, and I have not been disappointed
Ever since.
ever since.
Because
It was amazing.
even the thought of like,
Amazing.
they made an Iron Man movie. We're like, sick. That's
right?
pretty sick. They made a Hulk movie that kind of didn't even seem attached. You were like,
The
Cool.
end credit
Alright.
scene made it.
we got a
attached,
Hulk one. I didn't even know there was an end credit scene until like years later.
Oh shit! No, I knew that from.
And then once they came out with what came next? Was it the Thor or it was Captain America that came out next?
I think it was Captain America.
Captain America, the first Avenger, came out, and I was like, they're doing it.
This is happening
Wait,
right now.
Like that was because once they come out with the Captain America movie, that's when you start looking around.
Because it was
Yeah.
called the first Avenger, so you're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, this is no longer.
That's when you start looking around, and you're like, they might do this shit.
And then Thor.
And then Thor, you're like, they're fucking.
This
doing
is
it.
fucking happening right
Yeah,
now.
and then boom, the Avengers and everybody.
2012.
One of the-
Hyped.
Oh my god, I remember
Hyped.
I remember going to the theaters and seeing that scene where my favorite scene from that movie when you see Hulk for the first time going crazy.
Yeah.
Just do boom, 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 just messing up that whole ship. You're like, this for me, I was like, this is what I came to see.
Yeah.
Was Hulk
Also,
doing
that's the Hulk
shit.
that I wanted to see.
Yeah. For so long.
Yeah.
And then we haven't gotten that since. It feels like.
He's just like different stages of Hulk.
Yeah, which I did see an interview with Mark Ruffalo, and he kind of exposed the plans of MCU with Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked MCU, he was just like, when am I gonna get my own movie? Like,
Where's my shit at?
and he was basically like, or the writers were basically like, how about we take your story
Mm-hmm.
and spread it out through like 3 different movies. And so they're doing like Ragnarok, and then they're doing
Ragnarok was
Endgame,
great.
and then they're doing another one. Like his story's gonna be another one, and then he's gonna get. There is gonna be a Hulk movie that he confirmed, and I was like, thank God. I hate seeing him attached to other shit. I
Mhm.
want a Hulk movie. That's all I want,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to see him do Hulk shit.
Super Hulk shit, not just be like.
Not like Professor
Right.
Hulk and
Yeah.
being like, actually, that's time travel. Like,
Yeah.
no, I want him to just go
Fuck everything
dumb
up.
crazy.
Yeah.
And
Want
like,
him to super jump up into the fucking sky.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't jump high enough for me. Because in the Eric Bana one, he jumps like 4 miles
Just-
in the air.
Mm-hmm.
he like goes across Arizona.
Yeah, and then in the scenes, he just like he's just flying, and he just like.
I remember that specific scene where he's in the
Also,
desert.
A nightmare of mine.
What?
Like jumping really high and then having to like come
Yeah.
back down.
Like it's a glitch
That
in a video game.
is the worst dream ever.
When you're like, "Kuh,"
Yeah.
and then you're like, and you're falling
like,
back
oh,
down.
And you wake
I'm
up, you're
going
like,
back.
I definitely don't want super jump
Yeah.
powers.
Right, I definitely fucking died right now. in my dream.
But yeah, the Avengers,
Avengers was great.
haven't seen it in a long time. But that memory, that
Mhm.
experience is still in my head.
It's great, and it was great anticipation.
10 years old now,
Yeah,
that movie.
great anticipation. Everybody coming together. It was
And then you're like
amazing.
Black Widow, Hawkeye, sick.
yeah.
Like and then like Nick Fury.
Nick Fury.
Iron Man 2 came out before Thor.
Iron Man 2 came out before Thor. Okay.
2011, yeah.
Oh, they already made 2 before.
Yeah, they made the Iron Man 2,
'Cause
and
that's
then,
how you got.
That's where
away
you
with
saw
the-
Captain America, the Shield.
That's when you
Mhm.
saw the shield. Because that's when you, yeah.
And then at the end credit scene of
That's
Iron
the-
Man 2 is the hammer.
The hammer.
And you're like, oh, they're fucking doing it. Yeah, that's right.
that's
I
when you
remember.
knew. And that's how we got Black Widow and all that from. Iron Man.
2.
Mhm.
Iron Man 2 was
Natasha
a very
Romanoff.
pivotal,
Yeah.
a very pivotal movie.
You put a lot of shit in there. Great, and it's been great since.
And you're like, Scarlett Johansson is so hot.
Yeah. I see it too.
That's how I was. I was like, God damn, who's Scarlett Johansson?
You're 12. You're like, fuck
I'm
girl.
like, and then Avengers, she's wearing black tights, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I go to my friends at school. I'm like, you guys see the Avengers? Rob's trying to kill this fly.
He'll get it.
but
But
yeah.
amazing, amazing, global.
you best,
success.
me and Josh were like, you fucking see Avengers?
Oh
But anyways,
my gosh.
he's supposed to be coming back this month. I need to text him.
Oh yeah.
I need to be like, hey, what day are you coming? He just said May, and I was like, okay. Anyways,
He probably can't tell you specifics yet.
what's it called? Some of my favorites, I should say so. Or you go again. I'll just let
Did
you.
you finish your 5?
No.
No, you said 3 of them.
3.
Mhm.
So number 4
The 4th one, yeah.
is Greece.
Of course.
Because if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greece, yeah. I'll let you go off. This is Menda's platform right here.
Go off.
It is, first of all, one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Everybody knows every song.
Mm-hmm.
John Travolta. Okay. First of all, none of them were fucking high school age.
None of them.
No.
They were all alcoholic 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's
Which
crazy.
made it better because you're like, because it made you feel like you were like older, you know,
Mhm.
even though you weren't. You didn't look fucking nothing like that.
But John Travolta, you're like, God damn.
You're right.
He's in the prime of his life.
With his fucking
His
swirl.
little elephant trunk
Woo.
thing. What's it called? That's the elephant trunk, right? Or whatever it's called. There's like a certain, it's the elephant something. It's like it's not the pompadour.
No, I don't know what it's called. Anyways, great. Love the 50s. So it's just, it
Yeah.
was great. I mean,
I can definitely,
iconic and classic movie forever in
Yeah.
time.
and it hasn't been remade.
No, it can't. First of all, 2 was trash. Okay.
Haven't even seen 2.
We don't talk about number 2.
Sorry to call Pfeiffer, but
Stick to fucking Catwoman.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
It was like we shouldn't even.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
That was a sequel that is worse than the first one.
Yeah. We should do, that's a good idea for an episode,
Mhm.
sequels that are better than the first one,
Terminator.
which is a lot of movies.
Terminator is the first thing everybody says.
Or Godfather. I thought
Terminator.
of The Godfather. Terminator is one of them, for sure. But I think The Godfather Part 2 is better. than the
So
first
yeah,
one.
great movie. Will forever be a classic.
Yeah, what's her name? Newton? Olivia Newton-John.
Yes. Olivia Newton-John. Yes.
I was like,
Forever.
wait, hold on. I was
Forever.
mixing up the names order. Go.
It'll be a cultural staple.
Forever. Which is
Ever.
crazy. I think, yeah. Because I definitely, as a child, I remember that being on.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
And
all
it's
the time.
such a summertime movie because it's like the end of school and everybody's getting
Everybody's
out. It's
sweating.
fucking sunshine and, you know, all that stuff. Minus the getting pregnant and not pregnant part.
Yeah. Dirty Dancing is about that, too. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah. Dirty Dancing, great movie. Patrick Swayze.
Crazy Swayze. Yeah. I
Doing
was
his-
like, this
doing
movie's
his
about...
bang.
I was like, this movie's about abortion? What the
Mhm.
fuck? I didn't know that. And I was like, there's all of it. They're dancing so they could raise money to get an abortion. That's the whole movie. That's the movie.
I feel like there's a Family Guy skit about that.
Yeah.
And
It sounds like it.
yeah.
But go, your last one.
Last one was Star Wars.
The first one. What is that?
I mean, really anyone because they all came out like during the summertime.
Yeah. I saw the
Not anyone except for 9.
Yeah.
9 came out at Christmas.
Okay, that's right. Thank God.
Yeah.
hmm
I saw that in theaters. And I was like, alright. I was so hyped. I think we were all
I
hyped.
think we super.
Because
were.
Disney Plus just came out.
Yeah.
And I watched
We were ready for it to come out.
all of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every single one. And I
Every
was like,
single one.
this is going to be so
Mhm.
sick. And then watch it.
In the
Yeah.
midst of me watching them, it came to Disney Plus, and I finally got to 9, and I said,
That ending was so trash.
I was like, you really let the Star. I was like, I'm a new Star Wars fan, and you let me down. I can only imagine like life.
How like Faustino
Mhm.
feels. Or
Yeah,
something
Yeah.
you're
like that,
just like,
Domingo.
what kind of garbage ass trash is this?
Yeah, because
As a blockbuster, summer blockbuster is a hit.
yeah, for
Like
sure.
just
What is that? The Force Awakens, that number 7.
Yeah.
Great intro.
Oh my God, yes. 8 people hated 8, but I loved 8.
I loved 8. I thought 8 was one of the
I
best
really
out of
loved-
the last trilogy.
That made Oscar Isaac Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, and that planet with the
Mhm.
salt that turns red, one of the best.
oh my god.
Love it. I love it. Why do people hate that one so much? It's not the best Star Wars ever, but it's not as terrible. It's just like Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
Same movie.
Mhm.
It's
So-
just like that. It's just like people love to hate on
I
it.
think because that is a separate type of like film and stuff. I
Yeah.
think there's people who are of those movies who are like so hard pressed on stuff being like accurate to the comic books or
Yeah.
people not being underpowered or overpowered.
Mhm.
Because that's my wheelhouse of like Quora and those forums and stuff.
Mhm.
And a lot of it is just a lot of nerds crying. You're like, oh, I didn't do this, you didn't do
That's
that.
exactly what it is. Like OG
Mhm.
fans.
Yeah, it's like, shut up, bitch. Be
Like
happy with what you
50-year-old
get.
men.
Yeah, they really are. Like we've said in the cars, like you forget, it's not made for you.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell toys.
Trying to sell to teenagers. Yeah.
Right, and they're trying to keep it going, which makes the marketing better. Plus, you have Disney money and Disney backing, so every movie coming out is gonna have.
And
But their movies are never
Push.
just cash grabs, though. They
No.
never suck.
Yeah.
Moon Knight is such a good show.
Mhm.
I still haven't caught up. I saw the first 2 episodes and I was like, all right.
That's
And that was all I seen when there was only 2 episodes.
yeah.
I haven't caught up yet.
There's all you can binge watch it now, and
Mhm.
it is
I'm
well
definitely gonna
worth
hit
the
that.
binge watch.
Yeah.
I gotta hit that. I'm not gonna rewatch WandaVision just yet, but I'm gonna do that. And then I'll watch all of Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm excited for the Doctor Strange though.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking about. If
Yeah.
I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm that. Oh my God.
I needed my fucking fix. I haven't had my face in a while. My Marvel
Exactly.
fix. I
Like
need my shit.
since Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've been fucking going through withdrawals.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my.
Which is why Doctor Strange is such a huge like takeoff for the summer.
Yeah.
Like
It's gonna be sick. Yeah.
it's gonna be great. And
We're
then
just
the
starting a
Obi
whole
Wan.
new cycle of
Yeah.
Disney
Movies.
Marvel stuff because now the show's gonna coming out this year.
Mhm.
Now there's gonna be more, and your shows are doing really well, man. That's on top of it. Like people, if you're watching the show, you're going to be like, I'm going to the movie to see this.
Yeah, that Loki one is so good.
If he doesn't show up in Multiverse of Madness, that would be a huge disservice. They can do whatever they want, though, if you give me Professor X. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
If he's going to be in the yellow chair, too, from what it looks like, I don't give a shit what you do after this. Good job, guys. Thank you.
You guys nailed it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm
That's
done.
it. Like, people legitimately hated the 3 Spider-Man thing, and I wanted to hate them. I just really don't
But, like-
understand why they didn't like
Like,
it.
how could you hate it?
They were like, it's such a cheesy gimmick. I'm like, no, it's not a
No.
gimmick.
No, it's
a
not.
storyline.
That's exactly like that's
How do you love Into the Spider-Verse and then hate this movie?
a great take.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Like I don't know. If you had to be there, that's one of the things. You
A
had
lot
to
of
be
my
there.
friends like, I just didn't like it, man. I'm like, you
don't
literally
get
can't
it,
tell me
yeah.
why. You're like, I just feel like a lot of the scenes are unnecessary. Like, what scene was unnecessary in that movie?
Yeah, that's exact. Every time somebody says like that wasn't necessary or like if it was too long or something, it's just like I always then what would you take out?
Yeah.
What's something and nothing.
Like, my boy was like, I would have took out the scene with him beating up Green Goblin. I said, that was literally
What?
such a big
That's
part
like the
of the
climax.
storyline of the pulling your punches thing. Like, that's because you're not listening to the dialogue. Y'all are just watching this like a comic book movie, and you're like, oh, it should be more action. It's like, there's like a storyline to this. Aunt May just got killed.
Exactly.
And little
Yeah.
do they know Spider-Man is about to take off. Like this is the next.
It was just the beginning.
Yeah.
This was just the beginning, right?
Like it's crazy. How could you hate that?
If you think Miles Morales isn't going to show up live action soon, then you're it's.
Which who's gonna
You
be
think Shamik
live
Moore?
action?
I think it's going to be Shamik Moore. Because he has the build for it. He's very athlete. He's like a dancer. He's
Yeah.
very like,
And he's a great actor.
yeah. And
Great
he
actor.
the voice would
And he
get the
could sing.
kids. The kids would be like, oh my God.
Wait, is that exactly?
Yeah.
That would be the only smart thing to do is to cast Shamik Moore
Mhm.
as again Miles Morales, a live action Miles
Mhm.
Morales. But
Great summer picks, though, man.
yeah,
Mhm.
those all hitters.
Mhm.
Like when summer movies.
All of these hit. All of the ones on your list, I'm like, I love literally all of these. There's not one thing I can say bad about any of these.
My
movies on
short
this
list, I have The Avengers, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I have Transformers, the first one.
Yeah.
Like who didn't see that in theaters? Like that movie.
Rewatching it, you realize like
This
how-
is summer. Michael Bay.
right how
Hill.
good it was at the time, because when you look back now, it's like,
Mhm.
all
no,
right.
that shit still slapped him.
Uncle
But-
Bobby B, baby.
Right.
I bust your
But
head,
it brings
bitch.
back all of those like summertime and fucking shit was getting fucked up. you
Yeah,
know?
explosions. This
Mhm.
is summertime.
Yeah.
Like this is a summer blockbuster.
Mhm.
Transformers.
Another movie that took graphic, like Avatar, certain movies took graphic effects to like the next level. Like Thanos made people have to like step it up. You're like, oh, fuck,
Yeah, like
we
there's
gotta
so
do
much
better
detail.
now. like,
Like,
shit, we gotta do so much better
all
now.
VFX people are like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
get
Like-
my ass whooped. Damn, I can't render that shit. But that, cause what were we talking about? Shit, I just said
Transformers?
Transformers. Yeah. Everybody was wondering for the entire time of you waiting for that movie to come out, how are you going to live action a transform?
yeah.
Like, how are you going to do that?
Mhm.
And when I say that first transformation, you're like, oh, they got it, dude. They got this. But his fucking chest, it's like the part that becomes his chest opens up, and then you just see all of the little
Right.
pieces, like,
And
Yeah.
the sounds and all of
Yes.
that.
So
because
good.
there were no, they never had though. They didn't do the won't. They did the won't, but then they made it more like
yeah. Like more
They-
animated.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they brought it to life.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. It's so. All I can think of is those sounds now. But and then that became like a joke, like a
Mhm.
butt of a joke. Just
Mhm.
like that sounds like
Dubstep,
Transformers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or yeah, dubstep sounds like Transformers
Mhm.
having sex. and shit.
Mhm.
It's just like okay, don't disrespect Transformers.
Yeah.
But
Also Shia LaBeouf. So
Shia LaBeouf.
Played his ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah, great as Sam Witwicky.
Wiki.
He played that very nervous, like,
Mhm.
like
And he's
manic.
hilarious.
Yeah.
in that
Hilarious.
movie. Like no, like him in the first three, the fun, like so funny,
So funny.
and like
He's funny. He's a funny guy.
yeah, and him like when the girl's in the passenger seat at the college frat party,
Mhm.
whatever, and just like hits her head on the dashboard, and he's like, "Oh, like it's so funny." Like Transformers is such a funny movie. I had Avengers,
Right.
Transformers. I had Mad Max Fury Road because I saw that in theaters, and my mind was blown. I was like, "Holy shit, this movie is insane!" I love Mad Max Fury Road, and then I went home. On the way home, my dad was like, "That was really they really like stayed true to like the originals," and I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
You didn't know about
I was
any
like,
of them?
"Wait, what?"
Oh my god.
And then we went home, and we obviously the DVD collection,
Right.
and then he put on Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and I was like,
Amazing.
"Whoa!" And then like the whole fade to black, and then go to the next scene. Like I was like, they just
Epic.
did that in
Yeah.
the Fury Road,
Yep.
and like that's like exactly what they do to like separate. It's like chapters of a book almost, like the way they edit the movie. But like it's so cool. Mad Max, such a cool like universe. Like,
Right. That dystopian.
yeah,
kinda,
the greatest dystopian like take, I guess.
Right.
Like it's so cool, like the whole drought thing, and they use milk.
Mhm.
It's a very like matriarchal like kingdom
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
in Fury Road. How like women are actually the most powerful people in the world. It's so cool,
Mhm.
and Charlize Theron kills it. Zoe every hot girl ever is
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Mad
yeah.
Fury Road
Mm-hmm.
because Zoe Kravitz is in there and she's like trying to get water.
Mhm.
So that's like the whole movie. Yeah, that movie's so good. And then they're actually gonna make a like kind of a spin-off with Anya Taylor-Joy playing a young Furiosa as a young Charlize Theron character. And that's gonna be super cool. I think that comes out next year though. I think that's 2023. I hope, or 2024 maybe. But anyways, yeah, Mad Max Fury Road. I saw that in theaters. When did that come out?
2015.
2015. So I was like 14 years old. That came out in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that movie, amazing. The
Yeah.
scale of that movie, the effects of that movie, insane. And like you're like, when you watch all the Mad Max movies, you're like, they're really doing this shit. They're really driving down that desert
Yeah.
with the swinging. You're just like, I don't know, just like the realism of all of it.
Yeah.
You're like, this shit
It
is
was
so sick.
that was a good
And
movie.
if you're in Fury Road, there's the guy playing the guitar
Mhm.
and like just scream like to like have and that's like part of the score too, that scene where it's just like the crane shots of just like the camera going to every car,
Yeah.
and like you can tell they have just this crane with a camera, and there's probably a truck going like 90 miles an
yeah.
hour
So
just
follow
going through
them.
every car one by one, and that shit's so sick. I love Fury Road.
Mhm.
It's such a badass movie. Like that's the only way to describe that movie, is badass. Like it's just so cool, and the story is amazing. It's not all like action or anything. It's actually a well done, fluid story.
Mhm.
And Tom Hardy
Mm-hmm.
killed it as
Great.
Max, as a young Mel Gibson. But yeah, that was one of my summer blockbusters. Another one I have is Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that was one of my like honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it's
Another
great.
Disney World, right?
Yeah, great. And then like the revamp of
Universal
everything.
Studios, yes.
Because that's still a ride that's been there, it hasn't gone. I don't know. I'm sure. Hopefully, it's still there. But I remember being in movie theaters when I was like 4, and when the T-Rex roars for the first time, I covered my ears
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, it terrified me. But then my mother was like, "You didn't stop talking about T-Rex for at least 2 years after that."
Right.
She was
That's
like,
how
"You
you
never
know
stop talking
dinosaurs.
about it."
For real. Like that's how you.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Velociraptor.
Yeah, that's how you know all the fucking dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the new ones like Jurassic World, The Lost
Another
World, and
summer
all that.
blockbuster is coming out
Yep.
this summer. The winter, they're like, it's like winter time or something.
I'm actually
And
excited for this one.
I haven't
more-
watched any of the Jurassic Worlds. But yeah, the new one, I don't even know what it's called, the new Jurassic World. Fucking, who knows? But that is another summer blockbuster coming out. But yes, Jurassic Park, the first one, came out like 94, I want to say.
Jurassic World Dominion is the new
Dominion. Yeah, that's the new one. But yeah, the original, we watched that at Grandma's all the time. I remember my first time seeing that. And I was like, holy shit, there's like a dinosaur movie? I was like, this is fucking cool. And then like, yeah, it does get you through your dinosaur phase as a child. Because every kid like has like their phase of like interests. Like you have
Mhm.
like a cars and trucks phase, and then you have like a dinosaur phase. You have
Yep.
you know rocks and dirt and outdoor shit
Mhm.
phase. You have a sports phase. You have everything. You go through your interests
Right.
and just see which one sticks, and then you grow up and you're like, wow, I'm into everything. But
all of these.
but yeah, Jurassic Park was one of mine, because everybody loves that. Everybody loves Jurassic Park.
So, Jurassic World would technically be the fourth one,
Okay.
and then Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom,
Mhm.
and then this new one, Jurassic World Dominion.
Mhm. Are you excited about it?
I don't know because they're bringing back like the old people from like the original
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
That could be hit or miss
Mm-hmm.
for
So-
anything.
Yeah. So we'll see. Jeff Goldblum's gonna be in there.
That's the only reason I'm excited. Jeff Goldblum is the man.
Yeah. So we'll see. It'll complete. I guess it's gonna complete the
I say
trilogy.
a lot of
And
actors.
then what?
are-
Jessica Chastain. She's gonna be in there again.
Nuh-uh. That's another redhead.
Oh well, same hot redhead.
Ron Howard's daughter.
There you go.
We
What's her name?
confused. For a second, we all thought Jessica Chastain
Yeah.
was Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we're like,
yeah,
nope,
yeah.
different
Yeah,
red.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
But
What's her name?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas. She was in The Help.
okay.
That's where
Eat my shit.
that's where I'm like, okay.
But
But I mean,
yeah, Jeff
Jessica
Goldblum's
Chastain.
gonna be in it, and I do say a lot of actors are the man, but Jeff
Yeah,
Goldblum.
they are the man. Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum's one of them. He's top 5. That's what I was telling Tatiana, because she was like, "All right, we saw Jeff Goldblum on the Spielberg documentary," and I was like, "That's fucking Jeff Goldblum. He's the man."
You can.
And then she was like, "I thought Josh Brolin's the man," and I'm like, "He's the man too."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're the same person.
They're the same
same.
person.
They are.
And there's that other one, Isla Fisher. She also looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like triplets.
Mhm.
Like,
Fisher. Zoe Deschanel and Katy Perry
yes.
look just like each other.
Yes.
I've always thought that.
Yes.
Exactly like
Zoe
each
Deschanel
other.
and Katy Perry?
Yeah. You don't
Battery.
think people,
And we're back.
as you can see, we look different. We're a different angle, I should say, because the other camera died, so no more Rob. But we'll be fine because we keep it trucking. Where are we at, anyways?
Hour 4.
Really?
Yeah.
It feels, dude. I thought you were gonna say like 36. And I
No.
was like, fuck, this is gonna be a long night, guys. But we're doing pretty good. I feel like we haven't even gotten started, if I'm being honest.
I was like, we got a science fair project.
Science fair project from Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
What's she doing?
Popcorn.
Like which different brands pop the fastest or whatever?
I'm assuming that this is a McGeorge household science fair project. Because she said that, and I said this is probably the worst science fair project I've ever heard
It's
of. in my
a
life.
night.
It's where
Project.
you're comparing statistics, right?
I mean,
It's when your parents
Variable.
forget to buy you a poster board, and they like, shit, here, this part the most.
And then and then what you do is to get an A, you bring everybody popcorn, and then you're like, oh, everybody's like sick, free popcorn, and then you get an A. You're
It's
good.
always a teacher's pet, so I think she'll get away with it. But
Mhm.
Zoe seems like she would be. She's very like to the book, by the book.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
It should be talent.
snitching, dog.
You'd be like, aren't you gonna collect the homework?
She is. No, she actually not that kid.
She's
She
not?
don't be doing her
She
homework.
doesn't
Right.
do the homework.
She don't be snitching on.
She's
she
just
don't,
a cool
yeah.
student.
Yeah.
She's just a cool
She's
student.
like, I fuck with the teachers, but I ain't about to sit here and like.
Right. But she be
She
telling on
dry
people.
snitches.
Yeah. Like you didn't have to say nothing about that. Like, be like, did you know so and so hit this person on the playground? Like, so it don't matter. Did they get in trouble?
Damn.
Did you know this
What are you,
person
the fans?
brought this to school today?
One time I brought a knife to school. I was just thinking about this earlier this week. And I was thinking about there was this kid. His name is Kieran Gallagher. That's his name. Don't even bleep it. Because I brought a little like pocket knife to school just to show my friends. I mean like
Yeah. Everybody wants to show their friends a knife.
I'm in 4th grade.
Yeah.
Every kid's trying to show something off
I'm a
sometime.
badass. I'm a badass.
Oh my. Oh my god.
I'm in 4th grade. I'm like, guys, peep this. And then I pull it out. And then Kieran Gallagher. His dad's a cop, by the way. That should tell you everything you need to know. Anyways,
Snitch.
he told on me, and then I had to make up something of how I think it fell in my backpack or something like that.
You know what's funny is Christopher brought a knife to school too.
What's up? No, but I brought it and I had to like fake it out, and they're like, all right, it was an accident. Like I just had it, I just so happened to have it. But yeah, he told on me, and I remember being in a talking circle with my friends. One of them is now trans. I've mentioned him on the podcast before. Her. Sorry, I've mentioned her on the podcast before. But yeah, he was one of the friends that was in that group with me, Kieran, and like there's this other kid named Judd.
Was he a Jew?
Judd Nelson. That was his name.
He sounds Jewish.
His moms were 2 lesbians.
Oh wow, you had a real thing going on, multiracial kid.
Yeah,
Irish kid.
I hung out with weird kids.
2 moms.
Weird kids.
Yeah,
weird kids. And I was the only interracial person they knew. They were like, your last name's George? And I was like, no, like not really. Like, or no, they were like, your last name's Gonzalez, but like your dad's white and like he's Gonzalez. I'm like, that's a long story. And then it wasn't until my junior year or sophomore year I was McGeorge officially. And then I had to like get a new social security number and everything.
That was a wild. Yeah.
It was weird. And then, but at least I'm not like my brother. Like his birth certificate, like fucking his name's longer than the paper. Like it's crazy. Anyways, Judd Nelson, 2 lesbian moms.
Mm-hmm. Cool name.
You want to bleep Judd?
He's the man. I don't even know where he's at in life now. But shout out to him. He's getting a shout out. Because these are all kids I went to middle school with, and they ended up going to Sunny Slope, and then I went to North because I didn't have good enough grades to go to Sunny Slope. So like I live in District of North, so might as well go there. And then, boom, changed my life forever. And then because me and Josh both wanted to go into Sunny Slope, and we had terrible grades. Terrible.
And Josh ended up getting into a private school?
Catholic school.
Oh, so it's like, oh yeah, they do be letting people in.
They let anybody in, bro. In the name of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I had a pocket knife, and we were all in our circle, and Kieran was like, but it's a knife. And we were like, dude, who cares? I'm not gonna like stab anybody.
Yeah.
And then his only defense, I remember this perfectly. He was like, but it's a knife. It's like dangerous. And I'm,
Who that?
no, go. You gotta go. But he was just like, it's a knife. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's the only thing he could say. He's
Yeah.
just like, oh my God.
And I don't know.
Like, I'm not supposed to have that.
Right.
But it was whatever.
You can be like me. Like, if stuff like that happened, I'd be like, deuces. I would just walk away. Because I was like, I don't want nothing to do with this or some shit go down. Like, I want to know what's happening, but I'm going to walk away before y'all get caught.
And then, because I was thinking about me, I was like, I brought a knife to school. And then he told on me, and I was just like, his dad's a cop. Fucking
Snitch. You did a
You
good
knew
job,
it then.
son.
You knew it then.
He's probably a cop now.
I would have fucked him up. If I was more aggressive and violent when I was young, I would have fucked him up.
You would have stabbed him
Oh.
with that fucking knife.
I would have just stabbed him. I'd be like, you think this is just dangerous? I'll fucking show you what's dangerous. Oh
Like,
my
you want to see what my life is like?
You don't know what the fuck I've been through. You know where I'm from.
That's exactly why we be telling Zoe, mind her damn business. Mind your damn
She's gonna
business.
stitch on the wrong person and fuck around and get stabbed with a pocket knife.
Yep, mind your fucking business.
Not even a real knife.
Right.
That'd be the worst way to go
I'm not even
out.
fucking worried about it.
Oh fuck.
fucking god.
Oh my god. Anyways, what are we talking about? Snitching?
Yep.
You know that one movie Snitch with The Rock?
Nope. I saw the poster and never wanted to watch it. I think it came out like right after Skyscraper or whatever.
Yeah, it was
right
around that
before.
time.
Yeah,
San
I
Andreas.
was like, this is your kid. What's wrong with you right now, The Rock? I feel like they just took footage from the same B-roll. It was just like, let's make 3
They
different
shot
movies.
10 hours of the same movie.
Yeah.
and
That
just
was
cut it.
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, they just took Jumanji scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put on this shirt instead. Keep the same pants on because he's wearing the same exact pants.
Yeah, some
But
khakis.
change his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made a movie with Kevin Hart. Or was that Jungle Cruise? That
That
was Jumanji.
Jumanji. And Central Intelligence.
I
CIA.
actually like Central Intelligence.
Never seen it.
What?
That was the downfall of The Rock and Kevin Hart right there. Central Intelligence.
That's when everybody was like, that's too much, guys. We're done.
Yeah, too much.
That's enough.
But Black
The-
Adam's coming out
It
in
is.
October
It is.
with The Rock.
And with, what's his name? James Bond. Pierce Brosnan.
Yep.
He's going to be in it.
He's going to be Dr. Fate.
That's
Mm-hmm.
going to be cool. What is Harry Styles? Star Child or something like that? That's going to be cool.
Star Fox.
Star
Child.
Fox.
Star Fox. Yeah.
He's going to be MCU. Because he was at the end of Eternals. Never finished Eternals.
I am the brother of Thanos, and that was the end of the movie. But that's about to be the whole future of.
Shout out Harry
Marvel.
Styles.
No, everybody's asking now that all these powerful people are showing up. They're like, "Where the fuck were y'all?" That's like the whole like
Right.
theme
That's the whole
now.
thing.
They're like, "What the fuck were you doing the whole time?"
Like Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, well, where were you in New York? And she was like, well, there's some shit, you know. That
There's an entire galaxy, you know.
That's why I think it's good that with that other Star Wars show that you're watching. Is it Clone Wars?
Mandalorian.
No. The
the
cartoon.
Boba Fett?
Oh, the Star Wars, Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Where you get to see like what's going on in between
Yeah.
all of
Mhm.
what's happening.
Mhm.
See, it makes more sense. But it also makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it's less. That's why I like the Star Wars universe. They just keep giving everybody's gonna get like their own shit at
Mhm.
some point. Like
Mhm.
literally every character, every race, I think Jar Jar Binks probably gonna come back at some
He's a
point.
Sith Lord.
Yeah, they said that he had some plans for Jar Jar, but people hated him so much in episode 1. They were like, just get him the
I think he was great. Well, as a kid, I think he was.
Yeah, it was.
awesome.
It was those fucking people we're talking about, those grown men.
Honestly,
who were
if
like,
it wasn't for those people, like saying like, oh, he's annoying, he's the worst character ever, I would have thought nothing of Jar Jar Binks.
never
Yeah.
would have said any. I didn't give it. That was people like Arjun. That was our introduction
care.
to
Mhm.
Star Wars. We're
Yeah.
like, I don't watch that old shit. I watch this one.
Yeah, I
Episode
watched the
1,
cooler
2, and
ones.
3.
Yeah, I watched the cooler ones.
Yeah, there's way better effects.
Yeah, way better acting. It looks less dumb.
Yeah, me and Domingo were talking about that before. We were just sitting right here talking. We were talking about like it's crazy watching. If you want to watch all of them, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all of them, and you will go 1, 2, 3, and you're like, holy shit! All right, episode 4, and you're like, it's like so terrible effects.
You have to like really get into the story in
fighting-
order to.
It's a big transition,
Huge transition.
and so.
I
but
think
yeah.
that's why people didn't like it. They were like, I don't like that they're not fencing anymore. It's like, who the fuck wants to watch fencing, dude? Like, this isn't the
Yeah.
Olympics. We
Mhm.
want to see people do like the Palpatine spin and jump and fucking do the thing, and
Exactly.
people getting their
Yeah.
hands chopped off. We want to see the
Exactly.
Clone Wars. We
Yeah, we want to see
beginning of
Anakin Skywalker just annihilating
Yes.
children.
that. Yes, we want to see him kill everyone.
Yeah.
There's even Star Wars comic books. Like,
Yeah.
their Star
Mhm.
Wars lore goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's books and
deep.
shit. It's,
Mhm.
it's crazy. The amount of like you learn about the planets and you learn about the different species and
Mhm.
like, the languages.
And
Mhm.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's coming out the end of the month.
Oh yeah,
Too.
Benny Safdie.
Yeah, there's a new there's another Wookiee in the
Mhm.
Mandalorian. He's just he's like, imagine if Chewbacca was a thug.
Oh shit.
So he bit him. He bit a couple of people. He was just like, I'm gonna
that's
bite
sick.
you.
In the Mandalorian?
Mm-hmm. It was throwing motherfuckers. It was like, huh, get off me, bitch.
Was that season 2?
Yeah, Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, Book of Boba Fett.
Mhm.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
So the first episode of that miniseries is gonna be May 27th.
This of Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought that was coming out like this winter or something like that. Oh, I'm hyped. I didn't know it
It's
was
like a
coming out.
6-episode series.
That's gonna be sick.
6 episodes that's what they did for Moon Knight. It's a perfect. They did that for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 episodes is
Yeah,
perfect.
That's right.
You're
yeah.
giving me a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just yeah.
And extended, because this shot. I keep saying that's my favorite part about this. That you're shooting them all
As if it's a movie.
one
Exactly.
big. It looks like there's a lot of continuity in the way that it looks. Like with the Star Wars thing. You're like, that's why they remastered 4, 5, and 6 to make it look a little bit more.
Yeah. To look better.
Yeah.
But
that's how
people
they
are
made
like, no,
Rogue
I
One.
need the original one. And it's
No.
just like,
Mm-mm.
I'll
Rogue
get on
One
that.
is
It's all grainy.
visually the best Star Wars because they mixed the old aesthetic and the new aesthetic.
But it
the
is
best.
crazy seeing like the original cut of Star Wars, and you're like, damn, like people saw this and were like, holy shit. Especially
Yeah,
like
yeah.
doing those effects and like, because there's no CGI. It's all like,
I feel that when I watch like old cartoons, like early Rugrats or like early SpongeBob, and you're like,
Mhm.
this shit was like high def. You
isn't
know?
it crazy like when you play like Madden 04 and you remember like seeing it and you're like, oh shit.
Like, there's no way that graphics can get better than this.
Yeah.
Or like you're even like playing Madden 08 and you're like, oh my
Mhm.
god.
Going from
Like-
NBA 2K16 to 2K22, I'm like, this just doesn't. It's not right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then there is like a meme of like the way they like advertise 2K is like they just make the players sweaty, just so you can like see
So
the
you can
sweat,
see it,
and
yeah.
that's it. But
You're
when
like,
you're
no, I
playing,
just
you're
want
like,
them
it's
have a just big head,
Mhm.
2K, and then
'Cause that's what
it
everybody
like
knows. Like, once you get the game, it never looks like the
Never
preview.
does. Ever
Never.
2K.
No,
2K has been the same game since like 2017.
That's why I couldn't play it. I was like, y'all buy this every year. You're tripping.
It's the same
isn't
game.
FIFA like that too?
Yeah, essentially all sports games.
That's a
really.
little bit different though,
Yeah.
because FIFA has way more people. I think it has
Mm-hmm.
like every single team on the planet,
That's
and you have to keep up with the players. So that's like
Do they have a hockey?
EA
Video
Sports
game?
has every. There's a
Every
NASCAR.
sport. There's an
Oh, I'm sure.
There is.
Yeah.
No, it's EA NASCAR. I tried playing it one time.
I had that shit.
This is fucking.
Or they
Oh,
had
had it?
EA Sports had NASCAR. Now it's like their own game, but
Mhm.
it's no longer EA Sports. But I had NASCAR 03.
Oh wow.
I was playing this shit on the PS2.
What you do is go in the circle the whole fucking
So
time.
it was fun. Made my own racer. Came in first place all the time.
Racing
99.
against nobody.
I was just like, I'm the best fucking racer of all
Mhm.
time.
I'm the best at going left.
Also, that was like prime Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. was the man, and I actually knew racers because Papa was still alive,
Mhm.
R.I.P. And I would go over all that he was doing, watching CNN or watching.
And my dad would be watching it too. I'm like, that shit would put me to sleep.
And then I was
Like,
like, there's a video game, and then I remember, like, my dad, because Gabriel would come over, and he had a PS2,
Mhm.
and every time I was like, did you bring your PS2? Did you bring your PS2? All the time I would ask him, and he had, and that's how I was introduced to all these games because of Gabriel. He had Need for Speed Underground 2. He had all of the like cool games. He never had Grand Theft Auto though, which was like I wasn't introduced to Grand Theft Auto until, not Theomondo. Who am I thinking about? Clarissa and all them, like our cousins, Christian and all that.
Little Fernando.
Fernando, yes. I was
Mhm.
gonna say Raymond or something like that. I don't know. Some Mexican name. But they introduced me to wrestling video games.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced me to San Andreas,
Mm-hmm.
and then Josh was actually the one that introduced me to Saints Row, which is like a crazy game. Saints Row. The third was like funny. It was like a little problematic. Like it was crazy problematic, and then. But yeah, as far as like NASCAR games, I remember there was one time where Gabriel came over and my dad, and like in the picture, like of a loading screen, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s like left arm was like cut off like out of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, why isn't his arm like showing? Like it's just like cut off out of nowhere. I remember him being mad. He's like, because the Raiders didn't make the playoffs.
Like some random shit
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with
He's just
it.
so angry, and he's just, I don't know. I thought that memory still sticks in my head. But,
That
like,
is hilarious.
But yeah, I played the NASCAR video games. I want them to come out with a new boxing game. There's no boxing video games.
What? Didn't you play a boxing game, Bang?
Fight night.
Fight Night.
Fight Night Champion. That was the last one that came out.
Mhm.
When did that come out? Look up Fight Night
We'd
Champion.
be on the
like
phone with
20.
each other, and I would just be laughing.
I had Fight Night Round 3 on the PS2. And then Fight Night Round 4 on the 360.
Mhm.
Never bought Fight Night Champion. Because
2010.
2010. It's been 12 years.
That was the one where you could download like rappers at some point, and I hated Lil B at the time, so I would just fight against him
Lil
and
B.
just beat the shit out of him.
Bitch, I'm
Just
on
bing, bing,
Martian.
bing, bing, bing.
All day.
Lil B. Bass guy.
And then that was like heavy Skyrim too.
Ooh. Yeah, that's when cool ass games were coming out too. Grand Theft Auto 5 was about to come out, and Skyrim was out, and Call of Duty's like Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3.
Because before then, it was like Halo was a huge thing.
I was never. Were you ever a big Halo person, Rob?
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah. We used
Oh
to
yeah,
go
you are.
with my boy Enrique and Sammy and them. We would summertime. Talk about summertime.
Yeah.
Senior year summertime. We put in ungodly amount of hours on Halo.
Yeah.
Well into 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, every summer break, Josh would come over. We'll talk about that when he comes. He's definitely gonna be a guest soon.
A good summertime
As soon
episode.
as he comes back, I'm gonna be like, come through. You know, the next time we record.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Josh would come over. We would play Mafia 2, Saints Row 2, like that. Those games we would stay up because I remember in Mafia 2, like you would have to go the speed limit or else you'll get pulled over, and like there was like certain. Like you had to basically not like follow like the law, but like you just when you on your map like you can see when a cop is around the corner or whatever, and you would have to like slow down or like not kill anybody, or like you could go in a gun store and rob the place, or like when you, like when you robbed gun stores, like the owner would have a gun, so you would have to like shoot him, but like if you're robbing like a liquor store or something, then you can just like point the gun at them and they won't shoot back at you. But then I remember Josh was like, "Hey, I have this game where like you don't have to do a speed limit or anything. Like it's basically like Grand Theft Auto but way better." And he brought Saints Row 2, and we played the shit out of that game.
I remember Saints Row and Grand Theft Auto were like they were battling it out.
Yeah.
And then Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, or was it? It had to be 5 that just put the nail in the coffin. It was like, nah, because once they said this is gonna be online play, I was like, oh, this is over with.
Saints Row 2
like,
tried to
done
do
for
it,
you guys.
didn't work.
Yeah, so I played Saints Row, like you said, Saints Row 3. They were like, yeah, fuck it, dude, we're just gonna go straight silly.
Yeah, we're aliens using dildos as weapons.
Using dildo guns.
Wow.
One of my favorite games, though. It was so fun.
You go into like outer space. It was completely absurd.
Ridiculous. And still, it was a funny storyline.
It was funny.
Because they break into you're the president, because that's the end of the last game. You become that was the reason why Saints Row 2 was cool. You become
it was still
you're
gangster.
Like, yeah, you were some street thug, and then
And then Saints Row 3 started getting a little weird. And then Saints Row 4 is with like UFOs like going outer space. There's like a galactic war going on. I think it's the first episode.
The whole game is you're in a simulation most of the time. You
Yeah.
never that's why you have powers in the game. You never actually like.
Because Saints Row the third, I think at the end is when like the outer space stuff comes in, and like it's funny because it's like in Saints Row at the last mission of Saints Row the third, the Bonnie Tyler song "I Need a Hero," that song is playing while you're doing the mission.
While you're doing it,
It's fun.
They do a lot. They do that too. And fucking Keith David is still the voice actor
He
for
is.
all 4. I'm like, you had to pay him stupid amounts of money.
It's crazy. That game is great.
He's your vice president. It is. I do like the Saints Row, but GTA 5 right now has taken on a whole. I never thought it would turn into what it's turned into.
It's
now.
crazy. People are playing the shit out of it.
I told Amanda. I said it changed into The Sims with guns now.
Yeah.
Like it is longer. It's like people have fucking jobs in that game. They're like, that dude's a cop. And if he
It's
doesn't
like
do
that
his job, he gets
Second
in
Life.
trouble.
It's almost like Second Life.
I've never played that.
I never did. I just know what it is.
And it's like that.
It's like Sims. It's like, remember, it was what Jacob was playing in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like in prison.
And he was like, "I'm in jail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get these games in."
Yeah, and then in
Hilarious.
The Office, Dwight Schrute was playing Second Life
Mm-hmm.
because he was going through a depression, and he was just like, and even in his second life, he's going through a depression. And or no, in his second life, he's still like a paper salesman in a mid-level
Oh
paper
my
company.
God.
Like he's like literally the same exact thing. Has a beet farm and everything. But because he's doing he's doing super well, and he's
Mhm.
also like manager of a
That
paper
reminds
company.
me of Always Sunny when they
Oh.
did the video game.
He's like, if I'm doing good in the game, I'm doing good in life.
She wants to marry me.
He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
should I push the button slow?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, second. That's what GTA seems like it's becoming. Where people, there's like the role playing mode.
Yeah. Well,
And-
people are trying to escape. You know,
Yeah, especially
that
during
was like Free
during
Guy
COVID, I can
and
see it. Yeah.
Ready Player One and
Mhm.
all that.
When you see Schoolboy Q and T Grizzly on GTA,
The most gangster dudes you could think of.
and they're sitting here making gangs on GTA. They're like Schoolboy Q has a Crip set on GTA, so when people show up, they're like, "Who?" He's like, "What set you rap?" And you just see people jumping. They were like, "Nah,
Oh,
fuck you,
wow.
cuz."
Hmm. There's one dude I saw. I was scrolling through TikTok, and he was doing like a live feed, and he was like a cop. He was like on patrol and shit, and like looking for people like committing crime and shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
he would like pull them over and shit like that, and
And people-
stopping at red lights and shit.
Mhm.
Weird.
It's so weird.
That's
it's so like
wild.
seeing the cop pull up into Schoolboy Q's neighborhood, and they just start like, because once they're in the vicinity of each other, you can talk to each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he was like, you just hear this dude like playing like he's a cop. He's like, "What you fellas doing out here?" I didn't know what was going on at the time.
Those
I
are
had
fucking
no idea.
weirdos.
Mhm.
I had no idea what was going on at the time.
That's true escapism.
Yeah. You
I
gotta
like
be
to
like,
shoot
I'm gonna
people
be
in
a.
Call of Duty, and then I turn the game off.
My dad, when he was heavy on Call of Duty, he would come home from work, play Call of Duty for like 2 hours, and then be like, "All right, I'm good. I'll put on a movie." And then just
That's it.
that's how you do it. That's
you
how you
just
deal
let
with
all
stress.
you just de-stress and then
Yeah,
that's
Or
it.
it re-stress because
Because if you're having a bad day on
if
Call
you're
of
having
Duty,
a bad day.
oh my god.
There's for some. I told him, man, I was like, I know I
That
shouldn't
was
get this
yesterday.
upset, but I am really getting upset. Like I really like my KD is negative the whole time.
You go into the kitchen and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, I'm banging.
He's
on
like, it's been like this all day, and I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
my fucking KD.
Yeah.
I look, bang, bang, shot, snipe.
It gets annoying.
It
And then
gets really annoying.
And then 2 hours later, be like, babe, I'm really getting good at this.
You're like, "Babe, I might start Twitch." That's how it goes. Once you get like a few days in a row, you're like killing it. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll start
like
a
you know
Twitch.
what, Dad? Like this is time to
Yeah.
start Twitch. Now.
He's-
This is it.
He's like, I'm a fucking sniper now. I'm like, all right.
I'm really not.
I've never been a good.
Once you hear these 10-year-olds, you're like, oh, okay, I'm not good at this game.
I've never been a good quick
This
scoper.
10-year-old is quick scoping. You just hear him laughing. Yeah, dude, that was great. And he just
Hey,
runs
It
away.
just like makes your
Oh.
blood boil.
Isn't the most annoying thing? You play multiplayer, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So, because Warzone's for losers. I'm being honest.
I love War. I don't love it. They have Resurgence now, which is like you get killed and you can come back.
Okay.
So that's why I play. I don't like regular Warzone.
I'm regular. I like multiplayer.
Yeah.
I stick to the OGs.
I
remember
like
my
multiplayer.
roots.
Yeah.
But multiplayer, isn't it the most annoying thing? People running around with like the most absurd, like people running around with grenade launchers.
Yeah.
And that's all they use.
A fucking run when you're just trying to aim and you just see when somebody hits you with a RPG, you're like, "What a fucking pussy, dude!
Mhm.
You bitch!"
Yeah. Or there'd be somebody who has like a
Crossbow or some shit.
like an APG, and you put up a spy plane. Boom, spy plane gone.
Dead.
They knock out
I'm
spy.
not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you and you're there. You gotta get on Cold War because that shit has me like.
I gotta hop.
It's like that.
I don't even
that
think I played it yet.
multiplayer. It's Nuketown is back. What do you think I've been like when you talking?
24/7.
What era is it? Is it civil? Not civil.
It's Cold War, 1980s.
Oh, cold. Duh.
1980s.
What am I thinking?
You mean,
Storyline's pretty
you mean
good, too.
2022?
way too soon, babe. We're not even out the thick of it yet.
Mm.
We're not even out of the thick of it yet, babe. Dang.
I
RIP
already
to
know.
those in Ukraine. You already know.
Anyways,
The 80s, Cold War. Yeah, I gotta check that
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Because that's the thing about like Call of Duty, it depends on when it is. Because if it's the future, it's just like the guns could be anything.
Yes.
But like when you do like Black Ops, when it's like Vietnam, like you get all the cool guns. Or like World War II. It's really crazy doing the World War One, like Battlefield.
Yeah, that's what the one is like. The M1 Garand and shit like
Yeah,
that.
like
let me run.
You gotta run
Bang.
run
All
everywhere.
Right. All right, gotta keep fucking moving.
There's no like APG.
the very first automatic rifles like ever, so it's just like
oh my god.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
handling
up in
is
the air.
crazy.
Like it's nuts.
But Call of Duty World War II is probably the best.
Mhm.
I feel like everybody.
Still, everybody agrees on that. World War II is. I barely remember the multiplayer. I think.
World War II?
I'm trying to think if I
That
remember
was-
the multiplayer. What was the levels?
We were in the garage. There was the what are those called? The bunkers, the little tunnels.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That
You remember
that's
that map?
World War, yeah.
So
I do
good.
love World. Okay.
So
World
good.
War II. Yeah.
That
yeah,
map,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
when you could like throw a grenade across the whole map and it'll land at someone else's like
I know. Look, tomahawk somebody the other
Yeah.
day. I'm fucking.
across the map.
That joint said achievement. Tomahawk somebody. They called it the Hail Mary. I said, all right, quit. And I turned the game off. I was like, bye.
That's the
Yeah,
way to
that's
do it.
it. That's
And
my final move.
It was it in Nuketown? Or
It was.
Yeah, that's
No, it was another type of that level,
Small
like
map.
mosh pit. Yeah.
yeah.
Just throw it straight up in the air, and you're like,
Yeah,
come
when
on
you're
now.
in Nuketown, you know how you spawn behind the houses?
You
Just
you
throw a
it, you're like,
grenade.
here we go. That's all you hear. It's like 2 seconds of silence. And boom, boom,
The
boom,
beginning of the
boom,
game, beginning of the game, everybody throws a grenade into the middle of the map, and all you
boom, boom, boom. But then you just see how people dying. I love Nuketown. I'm about to go home and play it. That's why I've been sitting here
Nuketown
watching
is
the time.
absolute chaos.
Weed heads in fucking Call
Oh, yeah,
of Duty.
We're good.
Weed heads in Call of Duty are like so much to the point now. Like the Snoop Dogg pack is out. You can get like weed calling cards on your thing. I
that's
don't
cool.
do none of that. I was like, that's mad corny.
That's
And
corny,
like,
yeah.
and I'm like, to make that your whole identity is wild. But that's super cool that you're giving people that because you knew that most of your fucking people are either 10 years
Like
old.
13.
Right. I was
Yeah.
gonna say they're probably 10.
They're 10-year-olds, 17-year-olds through 25-year-olds who are smoking weed, or dads
Mhm.
like
Who don't have social media.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm good on this shit. I'm just gonna shoot some people.
Yeah. It's just, I wish, is like game chat a thing?
Oh my god.
Is it still a thing?
Dude,
Are they still at
have
it?
you heard of Discord?
Discord. I've heard of it.
That I didn't know what that was for. That's what that's for. That's like it's made for PC games because I don't think their shit
Yeah.
works the same. But Discord is now like that's like the way to go. Like if you're not game chatting, you're not. That's why I don't do Twitch and stuff like that. 'Cause I told them I was like, I'm not talking to nobody. I'm concentrating on not dying right now. Like, I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get shot right now.
Mhm.
I look and I'm trying to reel. Hey, what's up, new Master 46? Like, what's up, dude?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was weird. Last time I was streaming, I had like a 17-year-old fan. I just felt off about that. It was a
Like,
little
dude, get
like,
out of here.
I was like,
It was, and they were in a different country.
mid-pandemic. He wasn't in a different country. He lived in like Oklahoma or something.
Oh, that's weird.
I was like, what? I was like, what are you doing right now? You at work? He was like, no, I'm doing homework. I'm in a senior in high school. And I said, oh, right.
Log
Get
it
out
off.
of here.
But he made me better. That's what it is, though.
Were you,
he
you're
gave
like,
me
oh,
one
somebody's
tip.
watching me.
He gave me one tip, and it made me instantly better. I was like, this is why you get young people to watch. They're like, hey, man, you're doing this wrong. And then I started just
Yeah.
like murking people. I was like, okay, these kids are different. They're raised on XY axis. Like your group. You guys are raised on like being able to look
Yeah,
like
when I
that.
see there's people, women, when I see people like grab the controller and they just don't know.
That's me.
Amanda be
It's
like
sad when Roman, who is
five
mind
has
you,
been
he'd be
able
like,
to do it since he was 4.
he doesn't even look at the controller. He just be like,
He watches me.
Please.
He's like, he figured it out. He goes, like everybody, when you first start, you're like,
Isn't it
Eh,
so simple?
No.
And then you figure out, you're
I'd
like,
be
oh,
like-
I can move it at the same. So
that's
Roman
why I don't
be-
play fucking video games.
Amanda's first thing,
And I'd be up there like,
like this. I be like,
I ain't
"Babe,
coming
shoot the
down.
person."
I ain't
She'd be
coming
like,
down.
She goes down like that.
And no, like, not even shoot, just aim.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my god.
I'm like, shoot. She's like aiming down the sight, but she's not shooting anything. And she's panicking. She's just like,
I'm like,
here.
oh fuck.
I'm like, I gotta pee.
And they're like, press the right trigger, and then throws a grenade.
I'm all pause.
And then she's still looking at the ground when she throws it, so she blows herself up. But it's just like, do you know how to do that, Tatiana? You don't know how to move the person, like.
I don't touch the controller.
That'll be
Right,
some
right.
content. We should record them.
Them playing Call of
Playing
Duty.
Call of Duty.
Patreon.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, we should set up a Call of Duty game where they're both playing each other, 1-on-1, private match. First to 1 kill. That's all we need to do.
30 minutes later,
30
I'm
minutes.
like,
Don't-
in a
and set a
fucking
time
corner.
limit.
Coach them were
In a
like,
fucking
"Move
corner."
this thing, go."
And set a time limit of 30 minutes. And
No.
see how long that
See
goes.
how long? That is perfect. Yes, we have to do that. Because I can definitely screen record you guys playing it.
I was playing, the kids had on the PlayStation, the Lego Batman.
Oh, sick.
And I was like, playing real quick.
Let me
Well, no
try
one's
this
there. I was
out.
like, let me try real quick.
Because she
I
was
was
trying
like,
to figure out X,
nah,
Y,
fuck that.
axis. You were trying to figure
Fucking,
it out.
he just kept falling off the edge. I was like, look, we haven't even started the fucking game
Let me
yet.
clock in real quick.
Right.
Let me,
I still don't understand how you don't get it. It
Let me get out of
boggles
this.
my mind.
It's like, I'm like, how do you not know how
And
to?
mind you, I'm thinking like I'm playing like he's playing the Batman game,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, these are totally two different things. But
That does-
I'm in there. You know what I mean?
The Batman game does move a little bit more like, guess what is it, clunky? It's not as like smooth
Yeah,
as
yeah.
called. Like when you're turning a corner
The
with him.
sensitivity, yeah.
Yeah, when you're turning the corner with him, he's very like turns like that kind of when he's
The whole
moving.
body moves.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, you know,
Which that's
Yeah.
easier,
It is.
isn't it?
It is.
it is.
To be able to fight, it makes it 10
Oh.
times
But it's also
easier.
like, if you're 5 years old,
Mhm.
you're like, I'm just gonna collect the little rubies.
Yeah.
And
You know
I
what
mean,
you
that's
put
it.
them onto? The Lego Star Wars.
Oh,
games.
Roman he loves those.
He loves that.
Those are so the old ones. Those are so cool.
They're still making them. A
That's
new
so
one
cool.
just came out.
Those games are cool. Those are ones like you could download. I was in like high school.
And what was the other ones?
I had
was
it downloaded
playing?
on my phone, and I was just in class playing Lego Star Wars.
They played a Lego
So sick.
movie. They played a Lego movie
No,
too.
the it wasn't Crash Bandicoot. It was
Oh, like
the other one
David Cronenberg.
What? The other one.
where they had like the little bird. She had like the little
Banjo
bird.
Kazooie.
There you go.
Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, she played it on Xbox.
That's
I gotta buy another one of those, by the way. An Xbox.
I want a Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna get one.
You should.
I need to get one because I'm tired of not having one. I'm seeing all the new games come out when I'm in Target.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, fuck.
Besides of them, I'm very like, I had to remind myself, I'm like, that's where the kids. That's where the kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'd be so and then
He's got his own profile for Pokemon. So
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Don't fuck with my shit.
they're like, he's like, this is my game. Don't touch this
Yeah,
game
don't,
right
don't.
here.
Yeah, you
mess
put
with
that
my-
on top
Don't
shelf.
mess
Yeah.
with my Pokemon.
because
Then Roman got on there and changed it to Spanish, and we couldn't fucking fix it.
I was there when that happened.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the same game. That was That was Let's Go Eevee.
Let's go Eevee.
Oh, okay.
And we were like, yeah, we don't.
You gotta
I
wait
had
till
to-
this bitch resets.
I had to like I had to erase the game off the Nintendo
Mhm.
Switch to be like,
Damn.
it was hilarious.
Yeah, because if I had a Nintendo Switch, I'm bringing that shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Play Zelda.
That was the PSP, right?
And you guys have lights at Target all the time.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch light. The
Mhm.
full one is never there, but the light.
We have some now. As last time I checked, I was there yesterday.
The Xbox. I'm gonna go to Target. The Xbox. I saw it there last time.
We always have the disc, the no disc.
Yeah, no disc one. That's what Fonzie told me to get. He was like, just get that one. Who gives a shit about this?
Yeah,
Yeah, because you're gonna download it anyways.
Yeah.
yeah. But the thing about with the disc, why it's like $100 more, Then the no disc is because if you put like movies in there, it's a 4K player.
Okay.
That's why I want the one with the disc.
That is true. I'm
That's
talking
smart.
shit, but I was definitely gonna buy the one with the disc.
Yeah, that's
Like, are we
just
kidding?
obviously the better one.
Yeah.
Like
It has more processing power. Like I'm talking shit, duh.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna buy the one with the disc. You can't find that one. That one is hard to find.
that one sold out
Mm.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like I never.
Not spending $1,000.
We were
bucks
just
on one.
at Juana's sister's house. They had one there. And I
They
was like,
had one?
Fuck. Yeah, I saw it by the TV.
Damn.
I was like, I'm about to steal this shit. But no,
I think Roman turned the TV on by himself in there also.
He just walked in there and was like,
he's like, yeah, this.
He ran outside with the remote. I was like,
You're like, oh, this is me.
what the hell?
No, but if I had a Nintendo Switch, I'd bring, because I saw they had MLB The Show for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm like, oh my god, if I had a Nintendo Switch, I'm just be fucking.
and the screen, you gotta imagine the screen at that age is like, it's like
Yeah,
watching
it's
4K.
huge.
You're
That's
like,
crazy.
What the fuck?
The Retina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would just be in bed on that shit.
Now there's an OLED switch now.
Yes, I
Really?
saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw they had the little lights with the OLED
Mm-hmm.
screens. I was just like, one of my coworkers had to fucking tell me what that was,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, damn, they got that on a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Nintendo was like, we gotta do something.
Yeah.
We gotta
That's
do
crazy.
something. So that's like 8K, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
That's
whole different.
wild. But I guess if it's only on a smaller screen, not like
Yeah.
a big ass TV.
Right,
That's true.
Exactly.
But that shit's gonna be like $300 still.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, it is. It's definitely way more expensive. I wanted to buy it though. I was like, I gotta see.
Yeah, because the lights are 200 and the regular Nintendo
Mhm.
Switches are 300.
I might go to Costco. You need to go to
You-
Costco.
yeah, that's where we got my Xbox.
Yeah, but you got a bundle.
No, I just got the. No, it was a bundle. It came with gold or the Game Pass. It came with the
Mhm.
Game Pass, and then I just got free games off of that.
We got fucking Nintendo Switch from Costco. $400, $20 in Nintendo Switch points, a year Nintendo subscription, the Switch, and I think we got like another Joy-Con.
Yeah, and it came with the
Damn.
case.
And it can't. That's what.
That's
it was. It came
right.
with
I
the
remember
case.
you
Mhm.
guys like just got it and it came with
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, Costco will. That's why I was like, I hope they have Xboxes. They don't have any ever.
And then Zoe dropped in the toilet.
I remember that.
No, that was the first time.
That was
my
the first
mom
one.
bought We bought the
Oh,
one from
yeah.
Costco.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. We had an hour 40.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye.
Wait, should we? Is there a way to outro something? Should we outro? We need to come up with an outro.
In summertime, fucking, we about to go see Doctor Strange.
They're making,
Pop.
oh my god, they're making popcorn out there.
Went to see Doctor Strange tomorrow.
Doctor Strange. Yes, I'm gonna see it tomorrow.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go get Zoe. We out, baby.
And
We
then-
are.
Yeah, go subscribe to YouTube. That YouTube with Domingo is already doing numbers. I already saw it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
We got 2 more subscribers.
We're at 20
8 o'clock
subscribers.
this morning, there was 12 views, so
Mhm.
That's crazy.
I was
That's
up till
wild.
4 uploading those, by
Yeah.
the way. 'Cause it kept not uploading, so
That's crazy.
that's why I'm like, let's go, because I am.
All right, peace out.
bye.